So today I'm going to use two books for identifying the wildflowers. The first one is a Newcomb's Wildflower Guide, which is a general and classic book for identifying wildflowers and shrubs and also vines. The other one is the Peterson book that is specific to northeastern and north central North America. So depending on what region you are at, you might want to use a different book. The Peterson book is pretty straightforward. The different flowers are identified based on their colors. So I'm not going to talk about it in this video. In this book, however, there is another system for identifying wildflowers based on the shape of the flower, the petals, and the leaves. Found these beautiful flowers. I want to try to identify them with my book. You have it here. Let's start with the first one. Is the flower regular, meaning is it radially symmetrical, or is it irregular? Or are the flower parts indistinguishable? So in our case, our flower is regular. If regular, how many petals or similar parts does it have? It has 5 petals. Answering these two questions give us the flower type. So our flower type is type 5, flowers with 5 regular parts. Now let's move to the next section to identify the plant type. Is the plant a wildflower, a shrub, or a vine? So back when I was hiking, I thought it's a wildflower, but I was wrong. The confusing part was that although the stem was woody, it wasn't too strong. It was quite weak. And that's actually a characteristic of vine. Woody stems, but they're sort of weak, so they like to spread on the ground or attach themselves to a wall, for example. And the next question is, if your plant is a wildflower, is it without leaves? Or if it has leaves, are they all at the base of the plant, or are they arranged singly on the stem? Or are they opposite one another in pairs or whorls? So our plant is not a wildflower in this case, but I'm going to show you the different arrangement of the leaves. There are 4 different arrangements of the leaves. The first one is leaves that are on the base of the plant only. The other one is alternate, which is pretty straightforward. There is a leaf growing to the right, and there is another one that grows to the left, but the starting point of these two leaves are different on the stem. For the opposite, 2 leaves start growing at one point on the stem. And the whorl is when we have multiple leaves, kind of starting from the same point. Answering the questions about plant type, now we can check what plant type we got. So we got number 6 because the plant is a vine. Let's go with a leaf type. This is the last question. Are the leaves entire with even and unbroken margins, or are they toothed or lobed or divided? So in our case, the leaves are both divided and toothed, so we can see the leaf type. In our case, it's number 3 and 4. So the plant should be categorized in one of them. So now we know the key number for our plant. It is 5, 6, 3, or 4. Now we can use the locator key. So the locator tells me to go on page 326. I'm gonna look at the pictures to find my plant. So I found 2 candidates. We have the swamp dewberry and the dewberry. The leaves are really similar and the flowers, and I think the swamp dewberry is a better choice because the flowers are small. That's pretty accurate based on the videos I took. But this dewberry, the flower is quite large. So let's go with the swamp dewberry and let's read the description too. The swamp dewberry is from the rose family. Flowers are pretty small, leaves are dark green and shining, stem is bristly. Leaflets are arranged usually in a group of 3. The fruit is reddish black when fully ripe. It grows in swamps, open woods, and clearings during summer. 4 petals they're from the mustard family. Yeah, I think they're Dame's Rocket. You can see the leaves and the flowers, and they smell really nice. They're usually white or pink. Yeah, we got some pink ones there, if you can see. It's called Dame's Violet. Purple, pink, or white. Pretty accurate. There we go. Dame's Violet or Dame's Rocket. Okay, let's read the description. Large, showy purple flowers, sometimes pink or white. Interesting fact about them, they escaped from gardens to fields and roadsides. I saw some of them on the way back. Really beautiful. The leaves are different than the one I saw. Maybe the leaves are young, that's why they're different. But this is the leaf. They're really hairy. And let's see, the leaves look alternate to me. Let's get a closer look. The flowers. Okay, I think I found our candidate here. And it seems like our plant is a robin's plantain. Mainly because of the shape of the leaves. I was between the common fleabane and robin's plantain, but the leaves for this guy is different. And the leaves get narrower when they get closer to the stem. So I think this is a right guess. And let's read the description. Flower heads 1 to 1.5 wide. They're either violet, lilac, and occasionally whitish, which is what we saw. Leaves mostly at the base of the plant, which is also accurate. Yeah, this is the flowers, the leaves. Again, a bit hairy. It's quite tall. There we go. This really looks like our plant. We have alternate leaves. We have a cluster of small flowers. And if you look really closely in this picture, you can see that they actually drew 6 little petal things. Yeah, so it looks like it's false Solomon's seal. Cluster of flowers with 5 petals. They're white. The leaves look like this. They're quite hairy. Look at the stems. It's woody. I have 2 candidates because the stems were woody but not really weak. I think they're shrubs. The leaves are toothed and lobed. So my candidates are first this guy here, maple leaf something, and also the squashberry. But I gravitate towards this one because the flowers are smaller and there are some spiky things coming out of them similar to what I saw. Let's read the description. Here. Flowers small and of uniform size. Check. Flower clusters. Check. The maple-like leaves are rounded or slightly heart-shaped at the base, and that's correct. This little guy, 5 petals, beautiful pink, and I love how the leaves look. Look at that. Okay, so using the Newcomb's book, I think that this flower might be the bignose cranesbill, but I'm not sure because the leaves are a little bit different. But I see a little bit of notching in this petals, like clipping, that I don't see in the photo. I decided to take a look at the other book. So in this book, I tried to, again, find the flower based on its color, It's pink, so here we are. And to me, it seems like it's either Herb Robert or, again, the Bignell's Cranesbill. The leaves are more intricate in Herb Robert, and the leaves that I see in this picture are similar to looking to what I saw during my hiking. These leaves are a little bit wider, if it makes sense. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Herb Robert. It's hairy, strong scented. I didn't notice it, maybe because there were only 2 of these flowers. The stem is often reddish. It wasn't, but maybe because they were young, I don't know. Leaves are fern-like, divided into 3 to 5 lobed segments. And flowers are 1/2 inch, pink, usually paired. Petals are not notched. That is accurate. 8 to 18 inches, rocky woods, shores. Yeah, I would say rocky woods pretty much sums up the area that I was hiking in. Thanks for watching, Earthlings, and I see you next time. Bye-bye!